The Seahawks picked up a huge win over the Lions on Monday Night Football to move to 2-2. They needed that win. Without it, they would have been in an uphill battle for the rest of the season trying to make the playoffs. But their win did not come without controversy. And of course, the referees are to blame as usual. And this no call that took place is not only a game-changing no call, it's possibly a job-ending no call for Detroit staffers, as well as a season-saving no call for the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome back to the Best Damn Sports Blog. Back again to talk NFL with you guys, specifically Monday Night Football and its controversial ending in Seattle. Does that sound familiar? Well, Seattle, they went on to defeat Detroit 13-10, mostly due to a big-time play made by Cam Chancellor in which he knocked the ball out of Calvin Johnson's hand in which he was about to extend it over the goal line for possibly the game-winning touchdown for Detroit. Now, when the ball came out of Calvin Johnson's possession, it trickled into the end zone. Where the controversy happens is KJ Wright of the Seahawks saw the ball bouncing towards the back of the end zone and decided to love tap it out of bounds to secure the touchback for Seattle. Only problem is the rules state if a player taps the ball out of bounds purposely, that the offensive team will regain the ball on the goal line. Well, what's the problem? The referees did not make that call. They bit their whistle. They allowed Seattle to control the ball for the rest of the game, in which they got a first down and then proceeded to kneel and end the game. And again, the referees in Seattle holds the team and allow Seattle to be victorious. Let's not forget about 3 seasons ago, the historic Hail Mary that took place. And what's ironic is where KJ Wright tapped the ball out of the end zone, it was the exact same end zone Hail Mary took place in, and only about 20 feet away from where Hail Mary took place. Ironic. Yes, I understand. But no way am I trying to insinuate that the NFL and Seahawks are in this together and they're trying to rig the game for the Seahawks. My personal opinion is maybe the refs bite their whistle because they're afraid to make that type of call in that stadium in that moment. Let's not forget, had Seattle went on to lose that game, they would fall to 1-3. Same record as the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams moved to 2-2, and Arizona's 3-1, all in their division. So they would have been in an uphill battle the rest of the way just trying to make the playoffs. This win was everything to Seattle's season. There is no excuse, though, for the poor refereeing in this game. That call should have been made. And see, the difference between this and Hail Mary is at least Hail Mary took place with replacement refs. These are the officials that are professional and get paid to make these type of calls. This is their profession. So to miss that call, as blatant as the tap out was by KJ Wright, is beyond me. You had the linesman, excuse me if that's the wrong terminology, I watch too much soccer. You had the linesman staring straight at KJ Wright when he tapped it out of bounds and he held his whistle. I don't get it. Now I want to get back to the game because that Cam Chancellor play, man, that was a season-defining play. Megatron was just about to stick his arm out to cross the plane, and Cam Chancellor comes in and levels him, knocks the ball out of his hand, which leads to the tap out, which resulted in Seattle getting the win. And man, Cam Chancellor has been everything to the Seattle team. He's returned for 2 games. In those 2 games, Seattle is 2-0. Without Cam Chancellor this season, they are 0-2. Since Cam Chancellor has returned through 2 games, Seattle has yet to give up a touchdown. Through 2 games with Chancellor in the lineup, the Seahawks have given up 0 offensive touchdowns, but in the 2 games prior with Chancellor out of the lineup, the Seahawks gave up 6 touchdowns. 6 through 2 games. The Seattle Seahawks, the vaunted defense, the best defense in the league for the past 2 to 3 seasons. 6 touchdowns in 2 games. If that doesn't tell you the effect that Cam Chancellor has on this team, I don't know what to tell you then. Because since he's returned, Seattle resembles the defensive juggernaut and Super Bowl contender we thought they would be coming into this season. Albeit came against Chicago and Detroit, their 2 wins with Cam Chancellor, that defense was stout in both games. They didn't give up much big plays at all. And like I said, they gave up no offensive touchdowns. Cam Chancellor is vital to this defense. So the fact that his holdout is over is probably just as critical to Seattle's season as anything else. It's not a surprise this defense has returned to prominence since his return. Now, I understand he wants to get paid, but at the same time, he signed a deal, so contractually, he's obligated to fulfill that contract first. So from that standpoint, I can understand where Seattle is coming from. They just dished out a lot of money as well this offseason. But Cam Chancellor, as long as he's in the lineup, Seattle looks to be the Super Bowl contender I thought they would be coming into this season. And we know their offense is not great. Even though they've added Jimmy Graham, their offense is still not great. We know they're going to win on their defense. That's their bread and butter. So don't be surprised. Now, I haven't looked at their schedule, but don't be surprised now with Chancellor back if Seattle reels off a 4 or 5, maybe 6 game win streak. Don't be surprised at all. I think Seattle is back. It sucks that it had to be at the hands of the referee's no call that they won their second game, but it is what it is. They're 2-2. They trail Arizona by just 1 game in the NFC West. And now the league should watch out.